Hello and welcome back to the channel this week. In this week's episode, we're going to go photograph one of the most iconic lighthouses in the United States, and that's the Annisquam Lighthouse. It's one of the most photographed in the United States, that's for sure. And what we're going to do is we're going to use a product that was sent to me by 00 Robotics. It's a little selfie drone called the HoverAir X1. I gotta say, I've used it a little bit so far, and it's pretty cool. You've already seen it in one of my videos so far, but seen some of the B-roll. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a little help from this, and I think you'll see what I mean. It's a nifty little product, and it's a completely autonomous drone. You don't have to control it at all. It has a bunch of different flight paths set on it, and it uses some really neat technology to detect where it is so that it doesn't have to use GPS at all to detect where it is. So I gotta say, so far I've used it, it's been great. And I'm gonna try and use it a lot for B-roll on my videos because it just makes things more interesting. And you'll see what we mean. We're gonna go over to the lighthouse and maybe, we can't get too close to the water because you don't wanna be too close to the water. It has to have a nice surface to detect underneath it, and that's kind of how it works. But we're going to talk about it a little bit on the walk in and the walk out, but I'm not going to get too intense because I want to show you what it's like to photograph this lighthouse. It is a really cool lighthouse. It's got some neat lines to it, and so let's get on to that video right now. So we're on our way in to the Annisquam Lighthouse via the Squam Rock Land Trust. And what we're looking for here is we're looking for some B-roll to be taken with this little autonomous flying camera that I'm going to break out real soon here. Now this little flying camera is pretty cool. It's very light, only weighs 125 grams, and believe it or not, it takes off from your hand and lands in your hand. The propellers are totally enclosed, so you can't get hurt from this thing. And you can fly it around people. I've had it bounce off of things and not have any issue with it at all. Not any people, of course. But we're going to give you a little demonstration. And the cool thing is this thing fits in a pocket. I mean, it's really, really small. And it folds out, or folds in. So let's do a little demonstration here. Now it's going to follow me around as I walk. That's pretty cool. All right, let's make it land again. See if it lands in my hand. The HoverAir X1 uses triple stabilization: mechanical, electronic image stabilization, and horizon leveling to keep the footage smooth and level. Precision flying is achieved through visual inertial odometry technology. A time-of-flight laser altitude positioning system keeps the HoverAir in position, not using GPS. There's a great app that you can download from your app store that has all of the flight modes and many, many different settings that you can do to this drone, including flying this drone in manual mode using controls inside the app. So we're headed down to the beach now, and there's new designated areas to walk since they're trying to make this place really environmentally safe so that it continues on for many generations. Now the lighthouse is really looking beautiful right now. It's absolutely gorgeous. Let me show you what it looks like through here. There's the lighthouse down there, and there's this beautiful tree. So we're following the path that's been designated here. More about the Squam Rock Land Trust. It was founded in 1935 by 3 individuals, and by the time 1954 rolled around, we had some very special people in the village of Annisquam that decided to buy the property and sell shares. And that's where we are now. And there's been a large push to have this property really done over so that it is environmentally the way it should be. I don't know if that's how to explain it, but we want this place to be still around in many, many years. Boy, that lighthouse is just gorgeous, especially at this time of day. Wow, I gotta get a shot of it just like this. It's awesome. The HoverAir X1 has 8 different flight modes: hover, zoom out, follow, orbit, bird's eye, snapshot, dolly track, and manual control. In this example, we're just using hover mode. And as you can see, it still moves around a little bit as you are moving, and it's kind of cool that way. The shot on the lighthouse is really awesome. And we're going to set this up to shoot as a horizontal. So we're going to shoot this with the 7300 because the 16 to 80 is too short. And there's people down there. Whoops. Oh, left over from the sports event I did. Now you have to move a little bit just to get things right. You can just make out the people on the end there with this video. This is the shot that I've got lined up. You can see the water just moving in. This is great. On the horizon, you can just see the Maine and New Hampshire seacoast about 80 miles away as the crow flies. Absolutely beautiful.
Orbit.
This is what's known as orbit mode, and it's a flat trajectory that goes 360 degrees around you. But look how smooth and beautiful the footage is. It can do also above you and below you, but right now it's level. Okay, let's make this shot. Oh, look at that light. You know what? We still got a branch in the way. Okay, we got the 2-second timer going. Let's make a couple of shots. Boy, the light is just beautiful. You see how the light is starting to get warmer and warmer, and I love having the person and their dogs in there. It just adds to the picture. So we have to change our perspective a little bit. I wanted to get the water going around like this to the lighthouse. It's really cool. So let's get a shot that is just of this lighthouse, and you'll see the New Hampshire seacoast in the background. It's a long ways off, probably like 80 miles off, but it's so clear tonight, or in the afternoon here. The light is almost down. We're going to wait for it to get a little bit more orange. The sun is going down over here, so it's just going to put some nice light on that lighthouse. Perfect. Got some people walking in it. I think it's always great if you can get people in the shot. This woman was out walking her dog, or this one's walking 2 dogs, and it just adds a point of interest, if you know what I mean. It adds a point of interest to the picture. Besides the lighthouse, you've also got people walking in it, and it adds perspective, really, if you think about it. The size of the lighthouse, small people and dogs, it's great. Now this last shot here, the sun is almost down. You can see the person and their dogs out on the point there, and a little bit of reflection in the water in the foreground. So that's it for photographing the Annisquam Lighthouse. And we're still talking about the little HoverAir X1, which is made by 00 Robotics. Getting a little winded because I'm climbing a hill, but it's easy to use. There's just so much going on. There's special technology in here that makes this little camera a flying drone here, so it's great. Anyway, you can fit this little thing in your pocket and it can go anywhere with you. Very easy to use, as I showed you, taking off, landing in your hand. There were some issues, you know. I tried one mode in it that had the camera orbiting around me, and then when I stuck my hand out, it went up. I don't know what was going on there, but I finally got it to land on my hand. Wow, what a beautiful spot this is. If you ever get a chance, come on a Cape Ann Photo Tours adventure with me, and you'll get to see it. Maybe I'll try this drone again.
Custom dolly track.
All right, it's gonna go in front of me here. See if it works.
Standard dolly track.
So it's doing a pretty good job of going in front of me while I walk. The other thing is that you can hook this up to your phone and it eliminates the noise from the drone, which is great. I can't believe that they figured that out. It's a nice walk in. I didn't get to go down to the beach. The light was already too low. So the shot we got today was pretty cool. You can see all the way out to the New Hampshire seacoast. And it's one of my favorite places to go. You know, it always inspires me for something different. And I'm going to be coming here more because I really love the way it looks. You know, summertime it's just crowded. There's just a lot of summer folks that have shares, and I don't think that I want to be working around that. So I'm going to do my best to come here in the fall and the spring and be happy with that. So if you wouldn't mind, please give me a like. That really helps the algorithm for this channel. A like, subscribe to the channel, that would also be great. And we've got about almost 8,500 subscribers right now, which is great, but I always use some more. So that's it for this week. And thanks for watching as I demonstrate that little autonomous flying camera, as I call it, selfie camera. It was fun. I got to say that I have had a good time using it. So easy to use. It's so small and light in your pocket. It works great that way. So that's it for this week. And remember, it's not what you photograph, it's how you photograph it. And we'll catch you next time.